walked into a room and immediately noticed the loudest person, the one telling stories, laughing, commanding attention. Most of us do. But today, I want to talk about someone else. The most dangerous person in the room is usually the quietest one. They don't argue. They don't shout. They don't broadcast their next move for everyone to see. Instead, they sit back. They watch. They listen. And they observe everything. Psychology tells us that silence isn't a sign of weakness, it's controlled power. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why quiet people are often the most unpredictable and formidable minds you'll ever encounter. Let's start with their primary advantage. They observe far more than they speak. Imagine a meeting or a social gathering. While some people are busy talking, trying to prove a point, or just fill the silence, quiet individuals are in a different mode entirely. They are studying.
They're picking up on the subtle cues that most people miss.
They notice the slight hesitation in someone's voice, the shift in their body language when a sensitive topic is mentioned,
the flicker of an emotional reaction, and even the hidden intentions behind a seemingly innocent question.
When someone talks too much, they inadvertently reveal their cards, their insecurities, their desires, their strategies. But when someone stays quiet, they are not being passive.
They are actively collecting information.
And in any situation, information is the ultimate form of power. The more you know, the better you can navigate the landscape.
This leads to their second key trait. They think before they act.
Loud, reactive people often operate on impulse. They get triggered, they respond emotionally, and they often make decisions they later regret. Quiet people, on the other hand, calculate. Psychologically, introverted minds are wired for deep processing. They don't just react to a stimulus, they analyze it from multiple angles. They run through potential scenarios, weigh the pros and cons, and consider the long-term consequences of their actions. So, when they finally do make a move, it's not a knee-jerk reaction. It's a deliberate, strategic decision. This very unpredictability is what makes them so intimidating to others. You can't bait them into a foolish mistake because they've already thought 3 steps ahead. Another powerful aspect of quiet people is that they don't actively seek attention. Think about it. People who crave the spotlight often display both their strengths and their weaknesses openly. They want to be seen, to be validated, and in doing so, they make themselves real. Quiet people don't have this need. They operate from the shadows, not because they are shy, but because they are The quiet person's composure and inscrutability make them a blank slate.
And people often project their own fears onto that slate, making them seem more formidable than they might even be.
One of the most powerful psychological traits of quiet individuals is their incredible emotional control. They feel anger. They feel hurt. They feel frustration, just like everyone else. But they rarely explode. Instead of lashing out, they process these emotions internally. They don't let their feelings dictate their actions. This emotional discipline is a form of silent strength that is incredibly difficult to master. Someone who can control their emotions can control the situation. While others are losing their cool and making errors in judgment, the quiet person remains a steady, unshakable force. They can absorb pressure, withstand criticism, and stay focused on their goals without getting sidetracked by emotional drama. This makes them exceptionally effective leaders and negotiators. Here's something else to consider. They remember everything. Because quiet people spend so much time listening, they have a higher capacity for recall. While others are focused on what they're going to say next, the quiet person is absorbing every every detail.
They remember that offhand comment you made months ago.
That promise you broke. That little white lie you thought nobody noticed. They might not call you out on it immediately. In fact, they may never bring it up. But they don't forget. They store these details away, building a complex mental map of the people and dynamics around them. This vast repository of information can be deployed at the most strategic moment, giving them a surprising advantage when it matters most.
Their memory isn't just a party trick.
It's a strategic asset.
Furthermore, quiet minds are often independent thinkers.
They don't follow the crowd just because it's the popular thing to do. Their tendency to process information internally means they are constantly questioning things, forming their own opinions in private, and developing their own unique perspective. This makes them less susceptible to groupthink and manipulation. You can easily sway them with a charismatic speech or peer pressure because their convictions are built on a foundation of their own careful analysis. In a world that often demands conformity, people who can't be easily controlled are often perceived as dangerous. Their independence is a threat to the status quo and to those who rely on controlling others to maintain their own power. And finally, consider what happens when a quiet person does speak. Everyone listens. Why? Because they don't waste words. Their silence lends an incredible weight and gravity to their voice. Psychologically, scarcity increases value. Since they speak so rarely, their words are perceived as more significant, more thoughtful, and more important. They don't engage in idle chatter or meaningless filler. When they contribute, it's because they have something of substance to say. This ability to command attention without raising their voice is a testament to the power they hold. Their words cut through the noise because they are chosen with precision and purpose. Now, it's crucial to add an important note here. Quiet does not automatically mean dangerous. Silence can mean many things. It can be a sign of peace, a reflection of deep confidence, a mark of intelligence, or simply a natural state of introversion.
The danger doesn't come from silence itself.
It comes from the control that often accompanies it: control over information, control over emotions, and control over one's own actions. The quiet person's power lies in their self-mastery and their strategic observation of the world around them. So, the next time you enter a room, I challenge you to shift your focus. Don't be mesmerized by the loudest person demanding your attention. Instead, look for the quiet one. The one observing from the corner, taking it all in. Chances are they already have a deeper understanding of everyone there than anyone else realizes. Because sometimes the strongest, most powerful minds don't need to speak loudly to be heard. If you enjoy exploring deep psychological truths like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't just watch people. We understand them. And the more you understand people, the more empowered you become in your own life. Thanks for watching.